That it is so used among pretty much everybody is partially our fault.
Because we use it so much in music and things like that?
That too, yes, especially, but it's become also like a term of, it's like friendship, I guess. It's just a term for everything. The word is used for pretty much everything now. It doesn't have the same meaning it used to have.
No, it has the exact same meaning.
It's like initiation.
Unless you use it that way.
Yeah, so it has to do with who's saying it. So I'll give you too many examples to give you, but I'll give you one. The word has the exact same meaning. It's even more impactful and more powerful today. We've attempted by taking it back. When you hear the phrase cancel culture, what does it mean to you? See, automatically, when people say they want to cancel culture, I get irritated because I hear that we want to let them get away with what they've always gotten away with. They shouldn't be held accountable. In today's conversation, I was forced to look at this with a different lens. In speaking to my daughter, Nai, who is 27, Julian, my son, who is 20, and my nephew, Christian, aka Kiki, who's also 20, and they expressed their opinions. Growing up in today's society, they will have a totally different perspective than I did. Then again, they grew up with less friction and less racism. It's exposed more today, but my generation dealt with it just as the previous generation suffered a lot more than I did. But what are your thoughts on cancel culture? Should we cancel it? Should we hold people accountable? Or is there a middle ground? As always, we appreciate you joining us. Welcome to Manhood Matters. Let's get to it.
In the living room, finds his voice. 4 souls gathered, making a choice. Speak of life's great news, sugar to cope. From a black man's lens, each word a keynote. Mental storms, physical strife, hustling hard, the pulse of life, race love. And our entrepreneurs climb real tall echoes, defying time. Experts and friends, a powerful blend, tackling issues that never end. From our perspective, raw and true.
It's been so long.
Yeah, it's been so long. I'm so glad you guys made the time and came back.
Thank you.
For
Thank you
another
having me.
episode. This is going to be an interesting one because we're going to talk about cancel culture.
I like this one.
When you hear cancel culture, how are you impacted by it? How is it bugging you? What's happening here?
Our generation cancels people who are already famous, who are already, quote, made it. They already have a huge following, but they do one thing wrong that, a lot of people think is a bad thing or something they shouldn't have said. And they're like, cancel this person. Like, very small person, but still a huge following. This comedian named Matt Rife, he was body shaming a fat girl.
He's a comedian.
He's a
I know he
comedian.
is.
It's stand up. You know who he is?
Yeah, I should know him.
So he was at a show, and I think this girl was heckling him. So he was clapping back about her weight because that's all he had to go off of. Next show was cancel Matt Rife. Cancel Matt Rife. He's body shaming. You're just soft, in my opinion.
No, you're just a mean fat girl.
Right,
And you
you-
should have shut the hell up if you were so sensitive. You're at a comedic show.
Cancel him for what? He's just being funny. That's his job.
Be
That's what he's
quiet.
supposed to do. So
You can go to the show and not sit close to the stage and talk to the comedian.
Yeah, let's just be
You cannot
blunt.
do that.
Cancel culture's gone way too far.
So
Everybody's
too
just
far.
hypersensitive, but I really feel like it's a bunch of.
Go ahead.
I think that what it is like feels like Mean Girls behind their keyboards, like things that they know they wouldn't be able to say. Those things that you say in your mind when you're people watching, you get away with it online, but people take it far. Like they'll have a difference of opinion, and all of a sudden they're posting your private Facebook page. Your job is being affected.
home address.
Let
Overnight,
them find
your
your
kids
IP.
are being targeted. Your parents are being contacted. And it's not usually something like insane. It'll be one thing, but because of social media, most people would have gotten away with making a mistake or having a bad encounter. But now it's ruined their entire lives. And I just don't like that people have so much power to destroy lives like that. And it's not even something that they keep on worrying about. They'll just destroy your life and then move on to the next person to cancel.
I was just going to mention another topic with cancel culture. There was recently a girl on social media who, she said the N-word who knows how many years ago before she got famous.
Is she white?
Pokemon?
No. It's a Hispanic girl. And you hear this every day within every Hispanic community. It's almost normal now. People have their different views on it. It's fine. But they went ahead and threatened this girl's bloodline and canceled her to no ends. She had to come online, make a public apology. People was flooding her comments with hate. And it's like, this, you're taking it as far as threatening somebody's life.
Right.
Over something your best friend probably said 10 seconds ago next to you.
And then they attack kids.
Well, hang on a second. Hang on a goddamn second here. Right? Let me start by saying this. If she said it 10, 15 years ago before she was famous, it's not something she's constantly doing. Going back to dig that up, to come back with it, to cancel her, I think is totally wrong. Secondly, I think it's wrong to go after them personally. I think if you go after the business, it's one thing. They have a platform, you want to take away the platform. I think that's where it should stop.
Right.
But again, keep in mind what I said earlier in the previous conversation. People are tribal. If you pluck one out of the crowd and say, what are you doing? What do you mean you're going to threaten her kids and her life and her mother? And oh, yeah, you're right. That's kind of stupid. I shouldn't be doing that. But in the group, keyboard ninja warriors, then of course they just go in there relentless. But I do want to go back to, I hate trends.
Me too.
So
God.
those two words are trendy to me. Cancel culture. It's not a cancel culture. Your ass should get canceled if you deserve to be canceled. I think I should take away your ability to make money from this platform if you offend certain people. And it's not so much if you offend certain people. I shouldn't say it like that, because it's like, well, are we soft? Are we, we're not thick-skinned, or whatever it is. For generations and generations, you were able to get away with certain things. I'll give you an example. The sport commentator, and this is before your time, he was talking about the basketball team from, I forget which college, but it was mostly black girls. And he called them nappy-headed hoes. This is a white man.
Not
Right?
nappy-headed hoes.
Should we cancel that guy, or should we just keep listening?
Nappy-headed
You see-
hoes?
He
said that's what he said?
a bunch of nappy-headed hoes.
Jesus, not a bunch of
Well,
them.
that's just blatant.
Right? So when he said that, the internet was in an uproar, and they decided to cancel that dude, and he lost his job. That makes sense to me. You shouldn't have a platform. Now, if you take that, now here's the thing. Here's what I'll say. If you take that to a podcast audience or to some other platform where your hateful audience still wants to listen to you, that's fine. Right? You shouldn't be at the games, commenting on the games. But if you watch it on TV and the next day you want to talk about it, sure, do that on your platform.
I just want to know
you
the
can have
context.
you can have a sports radio for shit. I'll find it.
That's their team
Little
name.
nappy-headed
How do we
nappy
go
dog
from
again.
games to where were they at? What are you
Little
talking about?
nappy-headed hoe
And he
just
said a
shot a
bunch of them.
three-pointer.
Like,
Where
was the bunch?
I might be wrong about what he said. Hang on.
It was the bunch on the
Hope
court.
so. That's crazy.
Between a little bit of Rutgers and Tennessee, the women's final.
Yeah, Tennessee won last night. 7th championship for Pat Summitt. Man, they beat Rutgers by 13 points.
That's some rough girls from Rutgers, man. They got tattoos and some hardcore hoes. That's some nappy-headed hoes. There. I'm gonna tell you
Wait,
that now.
wait a minute.
Yeah, that's some. Ooh.
That is okay. No, that's a lot. That's a lot.
So
That's
when
a lot.
we say cancel this motherfucker, that's what
Yeah.
we're talking about. We're talking about that person. We're not talking about someone who said, sit your fat ass down.
Yeah.
We say a lot of things. But when I hear cancel culture's gone too far from 3 black young folks,
It has
I
gone
go,
too far.
It has gone too far, but in what context?
We're
Maybe,
too
maybe, 'cause
involved in
maybe I'm
people's
not, maybe I'm not
personal lives.
connected enough. Because that's
No,
what it is.
death
'Cause I don't-
threats come from cancel culture. It's not where we're just going to not listen to your music. We're not going to entertain that. We're going to stop your money flow. No, people's children get talked about. People's parents get talked about. Their address is public information all of a sudden.
Can we
It
differentiate
always
that from
was.
cancel culture? Because that's not cancel culture. That's
No,
just
no.
psychotic behavior.
No, that's
No, but
cancel
it's
culture.
part of
There's
cancel
no
culture.
boundaries in cancel culture. Cancel culture is
It
within
attacks everybody.
free reign.
Because
You
when
can
I
do
hear
whatever.
I hear you, but when I hear cancel culture, all I hear is this: someone says something like what we just heard,
Mm-hmm.
and I go, "All right, I won't tune into that channel anymore. I just won't watch this anymore."
That's where it stops because you're not a psycho. You're not a part of cancel culture. You just have your own opinion, and that's it.
and maybe I do agree that if they have a platform, they're on CBS, they should not be on that platform anymore.
That's it.
They should
Simple.
get off the
That's
show.
how everybody should feel. That's not what happens. They get on there and they create this bandwagon post, and now there's hashtags. And so you're still speaking life over that person because you're cancel this person, shut down this person. We've seen plenty of those tags.
Right.
And then it gets crazy because you can only post those hashtags for so long. And then eventually it's, okay, we need to take this a little bit further. So now we're stalking them. Now we're posting personal pictures. Now we're digging even further. So that was the first offensive thing they said. Let's find everything else. And so now we're going to make it this collage. This person has been horrible. And it just, I'm not saying that certain people don't deserve to be canceled. Actually, more people should be canceled, but not in the way that it's done.
more people shouldn't even be given the platform in the first place.
There's too much influence. That's what the issue is.
Okay.
There's no separation. Everybody it's just like the super rich and then the almost rich and then the pretending to be rich and then everybody being for real and then struggling. But it's blended. The lines are blurred really, really bad. And it's just, we've given too much power to internet warriors.
To the masses.
To the masses, yeah.
Yeah, the masses know how to riot. And I've always
It's almost
said,
where you're silenced. You can't really share an opinion. You can't agree to disagree. You can't do any of that because once you have any bit of influence, you have to walk a very, very fine line or cancel culture is going to eat you up. And if that's how you survive, if that's how you take care of your family, you almost have to be a robot. So now you're forced into that performance
Do
mindset.
you though? Because you don't have to be a robot. You could say what you need to say. It depends on what your platform is.
You don't have to value what.
So
people
here's
think.
my thing. So for example, right? I forgot his last name. Ben somebody. I think it's Ben Shapiro.
Shapiro, yeah.
Right? He's got a platform. We're talking about like right-wing conservatives right now. You have, what's her face? Candace? Mm-hmm. Is it Owens?
Owens.
So you got Candace Owens. They have a platform. There's one I don't want to name.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of them. Mm-hmm. But their platform is for their audience. Mm-hmm. They're clear about that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I might, as a black man, go, damn, Candace, shit, really? Like, you're not getting it for real? Mm-hmm. And I may disagree with her, but that's her right to say what she wants to say on her platform. She got her audience. It's not for me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm not supposed to be tuning in.
Yeah.
But if she's on public television, maybe on Fox. Again, even Fox is like cable or whatever, but still, you know what I mean? Anyone can access it. Mm-hmm. It's clear who that's for.
Yeah.
Right.
What I'm saying is if they have their own platform and there's a way for them to go ahead and spew whatever they want on both sides to their audience, that's their right. But if you're making money from it, say you have a brand, say you have a particular product, say you partner with Target, I will not spend money there. And I'm great at doing that and sticking to it.
But a lot of
Black
people were
products.
trying to cancel Target for that reason.
No,
Like,
Target
that was
gets
the whole
canceled
thing.
every year.
I know we're jumping all over the place here, but I don't need to cancel the store.
Right.
I don't need to advertise. You will not get my dollar.
Right.
It's that simple. And that's my choice based on the fact that as soon as the administration said, you don't have to do DI anymore, you said, thank God, and you canceled it. Mm-hmm. That means you were only doing it to appease the masses, not because that was your true core value.
Right.
And that bothers me.
Also, I think cancel culture takes it a step further and it's like, okay, we're not shopping at Target. All of us. Got it. Okay. So then when you see that one person that's running there for the Starbucks, now it's like, oh, that person, like now it's cancel culture moves over to those people. So instead of being mad at who you're mad at, now you're mad at the people that are not canceling the way that you want them to cancel. So now it's a problem. Because I think there was one point where it was like cancel Sazon, cancel Starbucks, cancel. There was like a list of places that everybody needed to cancel. And if you saw somebody that was still there, it's like, friend, we're not there anymore. It's like, now I don't even know what's going on. Like, just hold on a second. I can't have Sazon either. Like, are you sure? that's a main spice. So I don't know. It's just, I can't keep up. I was just there yesterday. I have a return and now I can't go today or everybody's going to cancel me. So now I'm sneaking around just to live my everyday life or cancel culture is going to get me. Mm-hmm. It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, let that be my decision. If I want to stop, I stop. But it's not because I'm trying to appease the masses. I don't really care where you want me to be.
Yeah, I disagree with that a little bit in the sense that I can't force you to do whatever you want to do, but I do believe that there's power in unity.
Sure.
And I do believe that as a people, when we make a decision that our black dollar, $2.3 trillion is spent in the black community, that's more than a lot of countries' GDPs, just in the American black community. We have more power than we know.
Sure.
So if we decided as a people that we could do X, Y, and Z with our dollar, and basically what we decide, where the dollar goes, the policies follow. So we have more power in that sense, but we can't unite for shit.
That's different though. You're thinking of a strong community. That's different
am.
from cancel culture.
See,
Cancel culture is not a strong community.
like you said, I don't know where the lines are blurred.
It's insane.
You're thinking of
It'll
you have the right
overnight. There's
idea.
a whole different movement.
It's almost instantaneous. We're on our way to one collective mindset. There will be no free will, free thinking.
The
Soon enough.
unification is not possible because what we're supposed to be like riding behind changes every 3 days. It's all social media based. It's whoever we're told we're supposed to not. And then it changes because sometimes it's like, okay, they went ahead and changed their policies. They put out this public apology. So we're cool with them now. So some people are like, oh, well, they said sorry. They put, they change
that's
that whole
just-
rule.
that's just silly to me.
It's confusing. It's like I
Yeah.
don't even understand.
No,
Are we
that's-
canceling
that's
them
what
or
you mean.
not?
Me
I said fuck Papa John's a million years ago
Oh well.
because he basically called people the N-word. But then he was like, I got to do some PR. Why don't I just get Shaq involved? The biggest nigga.
I just realized there's a chacaroni.
Now he's part owner or whatever, and we're cool with Papa John's again. I didn't forget. So no, unless like, literally I'm dying and that's all there is to eat, and I don't have any way of getting food for the next 5 days. Sure, but if I can survive it, if that's all there is, I'm not touching it, and that's my decision to not to spend money there.
Right.
I make that decision. I'll eat worse pizza before I touch that shit, simply because I know that he only did it as a PR because it affected and impacted his business, not because he's truly sorry or because he means it.
Right.
So once you cross that line for me, it's not that I can't forgive, but I definitely go, this person hasn't learned anything. Their money's impacted, and this is what I think about all businesses. Once you impact them, they're publicly traded. When someone like, I don't know what his name is, Mr. Papa John's, when he sits there on the board and he has meetings and the entire board is looking at him saying, why are the stocks going down? He has to give that explanation. I like to know that my community has something to do with the fact that the stocks keep plummeting because he doesn't respect that community. Simple as that. We don't have to threaten his family. We don't have to find out where he lives. No one gives a shit.
Just stop his money.
Stop it
and leave it there.
And I'm not even stopping his
'Cause that
money.
is affecting
Let
his
someone else
family.
spend it. I'm not even saying we shouldn't. Other people shouldn't do it. I'm saying he doesn't want it from us.
Right.
Right. No different than I go into a black community, and I've seen this happen. You go in the black community, you go into a hair salon, into one of those hair stores, right, where you buy all the braids and everything else.
Yeah.
They're owned by Asian folks.
Yep.
And then you get mistreated when you go in there.
Yes, you do.
They treat you like shit, and you still fucking go. What are you doing? Why do you go in there? Why? Because what happened is black girl decided she was going to sell hair products. So she's selling it, but you won't buy it from her because
She's taxing.
Because she's
Who does she think she is?
No, exactly. The problem is you think she's taxing. She doesn't have a choice.
Right.
Right? These folks can get it for a lot cheaper because of who they are and their connections. But if you stop their money, they won't have a choice because now homegirl could charge a lot less because now they realize if we could only support each other for a month,
Just a month.
to say we're not shopping here, we're going to shop there.
Yep.
And that's the thing. We don't have that unification in a way where I think that we can make an impact. And I think that's what I should focus on.
Agreed.
I totally digressed. The entire conversation is cancel culture. But my whole point is, the way I look at it is not the way you're describing it to be right now. You're describing something personal and psychotic to me.
No, but it is. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
You need to really look at the comments on videos. Don't just giggle and swipe. You have to actually look at what people are saying. It's crazy. You'll see the comments and be like, yo,
Look at the comments.
would
to
you
the
ever
comments.
say this in real life?
Yeah. People going to
Going at it. And then they'll go and they'll post like each other's pictures. Like, this is your family. You don't have the room to talk. And then kids get a voice. So now there's these angry, rude 11, 12-year-olds that are arguing with grown women. And it's crazy.
What I'm referring to is holding companies and people accountable.
Yeah.
That's not how our
part
generation
of it.
sees it.
That's not how we treat
I
cancel
guess.
culture. It's what it should be, but it's not how we use it. We misuse it. You give the masses power, they're going to misuse it.
We misuse everything.
100%.
I guess that's the paradox of things.
Yeah.
Can't really give the masses power, but then if you leave the power in the select few, the result probably will still be the same.
So tell me about this collective mind, this Borg-like mind that you started speaking about. You said it's heading in that direction. Why do you say that?
It just seems like everybody's supposed to think the same thing or agree with the same things. Everybody has to share their opinion. You have to believe what I believe. You have to. There's no other right choice. There's nothing else you can believe in. It has to be this or you're wrong.
I'll stop being your friend, your family,
I'll
everything.
start attacking you. Like people start getting vicious, like start turning into animals.
Yeah. I think it's so powerful. There's such growth in disagreeing with people and being able to have a civil discourse. And when I disagree, I disagree.
There will be no more learning. There will be no more.
I respect your
Correct.
opinion, and I love the fact that you were able to articulate it to me. But unfortunately, I still disagree with you,
And here's why.
and here's why.
Yeah.
And I respect the fact that you allowed me to share my perspective.
And here's the best part. We are both capable of changing our minds
Right.
based on new evidence. But that's scientific. That's not everyone. Let me ask you guys a question. Seems like what bothers me doesn't bother you as much, and maybe vice versa, maybe because it's just the age difference. But you alluded to this young lady earlier who said the N-word Everything you said up to that point, I agree with, until you said, but your best friend probably said it 10 minutes ago. So are you saying, I'm not going to say you're saying, I'm not going to put words in your mouth. So the question is, are you then saying that if we use it, they can use it?
No. Well, I'm not going to go as far as to say that. People obviously, like I said, have different views on it. But what I was implying is you're being hypocritical.
In what sense?
You're probably saying it yourself.
Yeah.
Your best friend's saying it. You're not checking your best friend. But you're going as far as to go online and send death threats to somebody with a platform and who has all these things that you want, but you won't have because all this malice and malintent in your heart. You'll never get it. But regardless.
Yeah, you just got deep, right?
You'll
I know what
never
you're saying.
get it.
But you're over here attacking this person and trying to ruin their life. So what I was getting at is it's just hypocritical because you're not shaming the person who has nothing. You're not shaming the people who are probably around you in your circle where you hear it every day. But you want to go attack somebody who has something to lose.
Yeah.
I think okay. So I see what you're saying. You're looking at it like they're attacking this person because they have something. What if I heard that and my whole thing was, hey, we shouldn't listen to this person anymore? Would you call me a hypocrite because I use the word?
No.
Okay. So the only thing that you're basically you take issue with is the fact that they've gone too far with the way they went about it.
Yeah, I'm just saying that too. And it's just if you're going to treat someone like that because of if they're using the word, then you have to stand on that everywhere else.
Let
Well,
that
I
be
do-
your
I
real
do
opinion.
stand
Let
on it
that be
everywhere
your
else.
opinion.
Within my community.
Not you.
Right.
specifically.
No,
I'm talking
I know
about-
what you mean. I know what
Yeah.
you mean. I'm not taking it personally. I'm saying like overall, right? Because I use the word, right?
But even
my boys
with
use
you,
the words.
that's what your boys. But that's what I'm saying. If you were golfing
Yeah.
and your white boy was like, you just threw nigga out of nowhere, would you just be like,
He can't.
exactly?
I don't have a single white boy that would do that.
Exactly.
And I have plenty of white friends who are close to me.
So
It's
if
just-
you were to see that online and it were to send some sort of rage into you, it's because it would do the same thing in person. That's who you are, period. You're not on that. You're not just trying to join a bandwagon rage group
Correct.
in the comment section because you want to be seen for 15 minutes and be a part of the masses.
That's
That
what
is
I'm saying.
your
That's a big
that's
one.
your real perspective. That's your real opinion, and you're standing behind it in public, in your community, and you and just one person, you in a group, you in a class, you doing a lecture. That's how you feel, and that's just what you're standing on. These people will pretend like everything is cool in real life, but then they'll get online and bully people. And it's
I
like,
see.
don't be a hypocrite.
Because they
is what
want
we're
the
saying.
support, you know.
Be yourself.
The comments flooding in, all the people agreeing. That's a good feeling for them. It's like, yeah, you know, I got a
got you.
community.
I got 1,200 likes on my comment.
because
I'm
I
lit.
said she can't say it. I ruined her life. I threatened her little 3-year-old.
Now I'm pinned. I'm at the top.
I'm at the top.
Did he get paid for these comments?
No. That's the thing.
the hell's the point?
Everybody's just being annoying for free.
Attention. You're not getting none of it. So
Teaching hate, maybe.
you're not famous. But the moment you
Interesting.
put that comment in there,
Yeah.
you've gotten the recognition.
I guess my only issue to where, again, I'm not going to go as far as saying anybody else needs to cancel this person, but if you're not black and you throw it, well, even if you are black, if you're black and your ass is like belongs to them, and I say belongs to them, you're not with them, you belong to them. Plenty of these people, you know, you see them all the time. You can't be throwing that word around, man. You can't say it
agree.
because it bothers me. I'll give you an example. I went to play soccer with you guys the other day, right? You know, what was it? How was it? 2 weeks
You
ago,
went
3 weeks
there?
ago? I got hurt. Yeah.
Tell him how you got hurt. Never mind.
No, I can share it. I mean, I'll tell her. It's not gonna make the show. But I was warming up. I didn't play a single second. I was warming up and I kicked the ball and
Taking shots with us.
I pulled a quad muscle on my right and I was like, yeah, it's fine. I'm a lefty anyway. So I set up to my left and I pulled the left one. I was like, okay, I'm gonna sit down.
You're joking.
I
You just
shit you not.
watched.
I just sat for 2 hours and watched him play. It was crazy. Here's what I'm saying. The whole time you guys were playing, there were about like 10 Hispanic kids right next to me waiting their turn to play. And they went out of their way. Not because I was there. That's just how they talk among themselves. I know that. They were mostly high school age. I'm going to say 18 to 20, somewhere in that, you know, a little older than high school, but
Right.
not quite older than 20. And when I tell you, if you looked away, you think it's a whole bunch of black kids talking. Yeah. Everything we have, they embrace, they take our culture, they adopt. But when they go home, they can talk like that. In their community, they can talk like that. It has been my experience that Hispanics, a lot of them, once they get around white folks, they lean on that a whole lot more, especially in the corporate world.
Yeah.
And then you get treated very differently by them. But then you overhear the entire time. When I tell you my blood was boiling, I was trying. I was like, oh, that's just how kids are these days. But it was bugging me because every other word was nigga. They use it more than I do.
Right.
He was like, man, that nigga this, that nigga this, that nigga, that nigga. I was like, God damn, y'all. Where can you go and talk like that? You talk like that among yourselves. Unless your parents don't speak any English, you don't talk like that in front of them.
Right.
And if you do, that's because they don't speak English. But you can throw it around as if it's nothing, as it's just another, colloquialism that we are just spewing. I can't tell you what to do. See, I can't govern that. I can't tell you what words to say, what words not to say. But I think if they're going to use it and they use it with hate, that's fine. It's their opinion, it's their feeling. But don't say it around me as if we are cool like that, like we're playing like that. Because when you want to turn that against me, you can and you will. Right? You're going to say something.
Yeah, I was just going to say that I agree with most of what you're saying, but there's one part that I don't want to say I disagree with, but I just want to speak about. I think part of the fact that it is so used among pretty much everybody is partially our fault.
Because we use it so much in music and things like that?
That too, yes, especially, but it's become also like a term of it's like friendship, I guess. It's just a term for everything. The word is used for pretty much everything now. It doesn't have the same meaning it used to have.
No, it has the exact same meaning.
It's like
Unless you
initiation.
use it that way.
Yeah, so it has to do with who's saying it. So I'll give you too many examples to give you, but I'll give you one. The word has exact same meaning. It's even more impactful and more powerful today. We've attempted by taking it back, and it's taking the power away from it. Right? It's no different than if my wife was sitting there having a conversation with her girls, and there's an author that I follow that, oh man, I forgot his name, but he was having this conversation, and he basically said, so I won't steal the credit. He basically said, look, if his wife is having a conversation with her own girls, and they're all sitting around, they're like, bitch, this. At no point in time do I want to enter this room and go, hey, bitch, you know where my slippers are? Right? That's not something he said. He said that's not something he's interested in. So here's the thing. I love when he said this. He goes, not only can I not do that, but I don't want to. And that's the thing. There should be enough awareness from someone who isn't black to understand the pain of black people and what they've dealt with, to say, I'm not going to use that word even when I'm allowed to.
Some people do that for that.
A lot of good people feel that way. But it takes a certain person to say, it doesn't matter if they use it in song. I understand why. See, here's the thing. You have to be aware enough to say as a person to go, yeah, they're going to say it to each other as if they were saying the word brother. They're going to use that, but it's to take that power away. At no point in time does it hurt less if I say it.
Right.
We can use the words. We try to disempower the word, but it doesn't hurt any less when a white man yells it. They know that if there's one thing they can do, they can hurt you with that word.
Yep.
The thing is, maybe this is just me personally, but I've been just so desensitized to the word that it doesn't hold any power over me. Like,
have you been called that by
yes.
a white person?
I've been called a monkey.
Damn, Kiki.
Yes.
Where?
I've been
Where were you
not
at?
by a white person, by a Hispanic person.
What?
But I've been called.
But you see what I'm saying?
Like I've had my experience. Like, even when you talk about being a black person in society and having certain experiences, like, I got pulled over once and I had 3 cop cars and a spike trap because there was me and 2 other black kids in the car.
Spike trap?
A spike trap. Bro, I turned my car off. I rolled down the windows. I said, y'all got it, man. I ain't going nowhere. Please don't take this a step further. I see 3 of y'all. I'm good. But yeah, it's just like, I feel like the word doesn't have as much power because, like, you hear it literally everywhere. It means bro. It means what? It literally is a word used universally for pretty much everything now. It's become a part of this entire generation's vocabulary.
Mine too. Like, there'll be shit that I'll be talking with my wife and we'll say something, I'll say something shocking. She'll be like, nigga. It just means like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, you're right. It means so many different things based on the way you say it. But that's us talking. We have, again, used it for that reason and in so many different contexts. But make no mistake that if she goes back to a corporate world and she's at work, maybe they're not going to say it to her face, but if she knows it's being said about her, it's a big deal.
Okay, but let me ask you this. If we knew that word was used with no hatred and it was just collectively used among everybody and everybody was just like, nigga, what's up, nigga? What's up, my nigga? Would you feel any type of way about that? Or would you feel like your culture is being respected?
That's a great question. So let me answer it that way. The second you no longer hold power over me, The second you can no longer redline my neighborhoods. The second your systematic racism is destroyed. The second you are not the majority and you have no impact. If you shoot or arrest my black son, that justice will be served and you will not walk away and people will not raise a GoFundMe and give your family $10 million. Yes, you can use it.
So then that sounds like it's only a select few that you care about then.
What do you mean?
Like in terms of a select few races.
No, what I'm saying is it wouldn't matter. Say that, it's the year 2400. Because I really do think we are hundreds of years away.
You think we're hundreds of years away? Meaning you think we will get there?
I think we'll get there, yeah.
You have a lot of hope.
I do believe that it is human nature to always find a way that is totally accidental to feel superior to someone else, right? So whether it's classism, colorism, and if we were all the same way.
I think that's just human nature. I think that's every creature on this planet. At some point, there's going to be some type of superiority.
But you have to be sentient to feel that you are better than someone just because. If I'm a lion, I want to kill something smaller, but because it's a threat or whatever, or because I feel like I need to be the only one leading the pride. But as a person, we get to decide that I'm better than these people because they're Palestinians. I am from Israel. I'm better than these people because I am German. They're Polish. I'm better than these people because I'm Dominican. They're Haitian. So that's something that we get to decide without you having met this person, without you having to interact with this person, without you dealing with this person whatsoever. So I think that as humans, as any kind of sentient being, if we were all the same color, the same everything, but people differed in height,
it'd still be a way.
You'd be like, well, the tall people are better. Unless the majority was short. Then it'd be like, well, it's better to be short. And then they would find a way.
I still think it is.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
We will always find a reason to try to be better. And there's an old book called Animal Farm where that's illustrated. There's another book called Lord of the Flies.
I think I read that.
Right? And that is another thing that shows you what society, how quickly, first of all, it can go into dystopia. And secondly, it shows you how there's always going to be someone trying to be better than the next person simply by, sometimes it's because they're stronger or whatever it may be. There'll always be some type of being superior, type of complex or whatever it may be.
That's what it is.
Classism, colorism.
I was looking for the word.
I think right now it's even worse because they're clawing at straws. It's like they are trapped animals and they know they're dying off. That's why they're becoming even more aggressive. Every culture has certain things that serves their own community. For example, you could go into, anybody could patronize their stores, but if you go to Brooklyn, you'll find like certain Jewish stores and 99% of people who go there are Jewish. And if I walk in, some heads will turn. Fuck you want, right? Legally, they can't stop me from walking into the store and whatever, but I just know not to go there because they serve their community. Right. Now, if it's the service industry, they serve each other and that's all they do. There is a particular attack on the black community if we try to do the exact same thing. If you have anything that's black owned for black people, they're coming after you the second you start making noise.
Yeah, it's like, why only black people?
So it's reverse racism. You're being sued by people in the government coming after you to destroy your business. You can't even say, I want to elevate my people by doing something just for them because I want to elevate my people. You can't even do that right now.
Can I speak to the other side
you
of that?
You always could.
Because I also feel like black-owned businesses, again, grace is just like it's a thought that nobody even, it's not in anybody's brain anymore. And so you can tell because they make one mistake. One mistake.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, this is why I don't shop with black folks.
Exactly.
Like, what is your yuck?
Exactly. How many times have McDonald's fucked up?
And every time you still there, faithfully with your $3 combo, just wrapping around, irritated. They done forgot your food and everything. You still going back.
What did I say about Wendy's last time? I always forget my damn sauces, man.
and you right back there, sauceless. Right back there. But that's what I'm saying. You go to a food truck and it's this guy and he charges you $20 for a plate and he messed up. He put the wrong sauce. You're never going back. And you're going to drag him and cancel that whole food truck so nobody else goes there.
Back to cancel culture.
It's wild. That's what I'm saying. People are becoming bullies. Like it's not, you don't actually care about what you're talking about. You're just a bully. And it's probably because you were bullied. So now you get to hide behind the internet and bully a bunch of people that you would never speak to that way in real life.
As far as the way you guys are describing it, like I said, now I have a much better grasp of what that is. It's a serious. It's an epidemic. It sounds like it's a serious problem. That's not what I was thinking it was. Because I was ready for all three of you. I was like, "What you mean?
We was ready for you. We prepped."
I was like, "What you mean? It's a problem with cancel culture. We should cancel their asses." You know, Joe Rogan's not gonna get on a podcast and start saying nigga this, nigga this, nigga this, and then I'm still over here like supporting him. No, why?
Cancel him for sure.
But that's the thing. I'm not even saying cancel him. I will choose not to listen. That's it. That's what it is. And I will choose that if there's a product that he endorses, I will choose not to purchase that product. There are several products that he endorses, obviously, because he's the largest podcast in the world, right? And that's just the thing. But at the same token, I'm just like, because they chose him as their endorser, I'm not going to buy the product. I'm not buying that product because I'm like, you don't have the sense or the wherewithal to say, that's not the guy I want to represent my product. All they know is, oh, he's got 10 million followers or 20 million followers, whatever it is. He should be the guy. And I think that's what's lost.
Yeah.
Should we cancel culture?
Hell yeah. Go back to people just unifying and going, you know what, that's lame. We're just not even going to entertain it. We're just going to turn our backs to it.
Yeah.
Not like becoming detectives and little bullies online.
It almost seemed like people were coming together for that whole Jeffrey Epstein thing, but that lasted maybe about 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then literally nobody gives a shit anymore.
And
like,
then,
what is going on?
You know what? I'm going to say,
sad.
I don't know if this is true because I didn't confirm it, but apparently they had released something about the files the day Charlie Kirk died.
Interesting. Oh, that's another podcast episode. Let's let that ride.
Actually, recently too, I know someone who experienced like the side effects of cancel culture. She runs her own business on social media, and she posted, rest in peace and prayers to Charlie Kirk's family. Bro, she lost more than like 100 followers just because of that.
Yeah,
I would too, and I'll tell you why. Because I know what that man was about.
For sending prayers to for his family, though.
Here's what's different about him and Hitler: the fact that they live at different times, different personalities and so on, but they believe the same thing. So if you are taken off the face of this world, I'm not saying anything about it. I'm leaving you alone. It's not my problem. But if someone doesn't understand how that person created more harm to us as a society than good, and you are an influencer or you have a product that you want, because when you do that, to me, there's empathy and there's sympathy. You can sympathize. I sympathize with the family. Right? Whether it was a put on, whether it was set up, whatever it may have been, I have no opinion about it. But that was a horrible thing for anyone to witness.
he was shot dead in front of his kids.
That's a horrible thing for anyone to witness.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Correct.
But I'm not, I have a following. If I'm selling products, or even if I'm not selling anything, on my personal site, I'm not like, hey, prayers.
Don't ever share your opinion again. No condolences.
Yeah.
Well, it depends.
Of course it
Because
does.
if you, no, here's what I'm saying. You can, but you have to be prepared to understand that people will associate you with that person.
Right.
You then agree and believe in what this person represented.
That's not true.
And that's what
though.
I'm
You're
saying.
going as far
That's
as to say
cancel
that.
culture mentality. No, it is not. You're not saying, I loved everything this person stood for, such a big supporter. It's just that this man was in front of a large crowd of people, a lot of which were students. His
Young
family was
kids.
present, and he was murdered. So condolences to the people that were affected by that. Praying for them in all of their mourning.
That's
It has
just
nothing to
being a
do
good
with I
soul.
agree with them.
Question. Did Jeffrey Epstein have kids?
Did he? I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay. Did
I
he have
don't
a
even know
family?
where he is.
He hung himself in jail.
Okay.
So they say.
He wasn't.
Sure.
Right,
Exactly. Good
right.
point. Did your homegirl send prayers to Jeffrey Epstein's family?
No.
Why not? She didn't agree with the piece of shit that he was.
No.
But it's just, they didn't die the same way. I feel like what it is
So
like
you
what's
think it's the
going
way to
on.
die?
I think that was crazy.
I
was
think the
crazy.
family
He died
had
a
nothing
very
to do with it, though.
I think what it was is the fact that the
I agree
family
with
was
you.
present.
I
That's
agree
all
with-
that it is. He hung himself in
a
jail,
public-
quote unquote. But
Public
this man
execution.
was exactly. That's
Okay.
excessive.
That's taking it back to the old days.
And I can take it back. I can keep going. Did the good old white people in the 60s send prayers to Malcolm X when he was shot in front of his wife and kids?
No.
Why
All
not?
the white people did not.
Because they disagreed with what he stood for.
But does that make it okay?
No, it doesn't.
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
what I'm saying is this. If you're going to say thoughts and prayers, first of all, which is a bunch of bullshit, because you're not actually thoughting and praying anything, because that's
it's
not
just a
it.
message.
That's not how that works. But what you're saying is I'm going to go a little deeper with you, right? If something happens with your family, I'm picking up the phone and I'm calling the family, if I'm close to the family, and I'm expressing every way that I can support. If I don't know the family, but it impacted me deeply, then I'm personally going to get in my knees in my room alone. I'm going to shut the fuck up about it, and I'm going to say the prayers I need to say. Right. When I type thoughts and prayers, I am not really sending prayers and thoughts. That's not a real thing. That's not how prayers are sent. What I'm saying to the world is I'm making a very clear statement that I support this person in this kind of way, or I'm saying, hey, world, look at me. I have an opinion about this.
Yeah, that's just how we as a generation do things. That's what we're used to. You're thinking of it in a different mindset. See, you're not used to that. The fact that you even said
you're not thoughting and praying, literally that's how we say, I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
Thoughts and prayers for you and your family. My condolences, praying for you.
I see old people
even if you never do.
I see people my age doing it. Like, we're on Facebook, old people platform, right? We're on that. So, and I see it.
The original,
right? It's actually not the original, MySpace.
MySpace,
yeah. Black Planet.
God, what is going on?
Yeah, it was one called Black Planet. But listen, exactly. But if I get on the internet and I go thoughts and prayers with this family, I'm basically calling attention to myself to say, I need y'all to understand that y'all see me feeling bad for this person.
You gotta be seen.
Exactly. Y'all see me feeling bad for this person. So now it goes a step further because then people are going, so did you agree with this motherfucker?
And that's the thing. I don't think she was ever trying to say she agreed with anything. I think all she was trying to show is that she was sympathetic.
Yeah. But that's the thing.
But you have to show that. I feel horrible for those children. I am mortified for what they had to witness because they are children.
Correct.
And the innocence in that, they're traumatized for the rest of their lives. I don't care who believed in what.
Think about the villains that we just created.
Exactly. There are innocence in those babies, and that was robbed from them. And that's the only thing that I feel. But I didn't go a step further and go online and go, those poor, poor babies. I just prayed over them privately. I cried to my friends about it because I'm like, I cannot imagine sitting there and then thinking about running to my father, and he was just shot in the neck, and I watched him die. And I'm a toddler.
Yeah.
That's mortifying. But I would share that amongst my peer group. I wouldn't go as far as going, just think about the babies. Guys, come on.
Again, the thing is, it's the second you go public, you have to be ready for the repercussions. And the repercussions are someone's going to believe, wrongly or rightly, not that you have empathy, but that you agree or to some degree sympathize with his sentiments.
Yeah, everyone's nature is to assume.
Good point.
Man.
So she kind of learned her lesson, huh?
Yeah, she learned her lesson for sure.
One thing about cancel culture is it's quick.
Memories.
And then there's something else to cancel. And then all of a sudden everybody's back on your wave.
But there's a lesson there. Again, it depends on, you have to understand that if you're going to go on social media and make statements that people are going to, those are public statements. And
you also have to be careful when you mess with politics.
Yeah, unless you're totally okay with having a very polarized audience. If you have, I only serve these people, it doesn't matter what these other guys think, then you need to double down on these opinions.
Yeah, you can't do that if you're black.
Well, again, it depends on what you're doing, right? If you have a company and it's like you only serve the black community.
It ain't going to work.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Like making that happen, like you said earlier, having black-owned businesses and that already being attacked.
Yeah, they are being attacked.
It's getting attacked from the government, the people above, and it's getting attacked from the people. So you got no chance.
Even from
your own people. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna change that though. Working on something that will go ahead and change that for all of us.
Great. There we go. We like somebody with an opinion, but a plan.
I got a plan.
Not just an opinion and then another opinion to follow. Jesus. Okay, Dad, how do you see accountability now compared to when you were younger? Were people being canceled while you were growing up?
Yeah, that nappy-headed hose nigga got it. He got it.
See how you just threw it in
there? People were being held accountable a lot less.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
They were things that they can get away with. I saw this reel the other day where this man was interviewing Eddie Murphy, and you can YouTube it. This is after Eddie Murphy's a star and everything else. And he goes, have you read Mark Twain? And Eddie goes, no, not a lick, not a word. He goes, you should read it because you'd have a lot in common. And you can tell that he was a little condescending because when Eddie was just like, no, I haven't read Mark Twain. He goes, you'd have a lot in common, How do you respond or how do you feel when he says the word nigga? He said it just like that to his face on national television. And Eddie was like, "Oh, where did that come from? Like, what the hell?" Because in one of Mark Twain's stories, he writes about a guy. There's a character named Nigger Jim. And
Jesus.
so, do you see how far back he went to pull that out of a fucking book to say, "Hey, look, I'd like to say this to a black man's face on TV."
Yeah,
He wasn't canceled. He was fine.
of course.
Right now, we're looking at it going, "Wait, a what?" So we see it all the time. There's accountability that just wasn't there.
We're
The things that
canceling
you
people
get-
from your generation.
Yeah. So we're going back.
We're going back.
We're going to cancel
trying
people,
them today.
retroactively cancel people, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what happened to Bill. And those people deserve to be held accountable. They deserve everything they're getting and more.
For
you
sure.
know? But
Probably more.
Yeah.
4 years. 4
years
years
is
for Sean
crazy.
Diddy.
Exactly. But but yes, people were held accountable, but not nearly enough. They can get away with it more because there was no social media. Now something happens, you know about it, the whole world knows about it, it goes viral. Before that, it's like, who's going to tell me? If I didn't watch the news, if I didn't watch the show, I don't watch the show. You know, it's like, it's just, you don't know.
Yeah.
It lived in its own little sphere, in its own little bubble, and it wasn't that big a deal.
Do you think Gen Z is too sensitive or just more aware?
I think we're incredibly sensitive, insanely sensitive. On Instagram, they do this thing on your For You page where they'll suggest a post for you to look at. Somebody you don't even follow, it just pop up on your feed. And I go into they'll say something crazy, like they'll be talking about transgenders, where going from one gender to another, and the comments will be flooded with transgenders losing their minds. And it's like, it's a joke. And I get it, it could offend you, but at the same time, they're like livid in that comment section, but that's popping up on my feed because they think that's something that I would relate to. So I see a lot of like sensitive, and it's from a video that'll be like months old. So no one would really bat an eye, but since a lot of people are like, this one person sees it and they feel some type of way, now other people are like, oh, I fall in that same category too. I should say something because I feel I'm in that same boat too. I'm also a transgender, and that's not right apparently.
Victimizing yourself.
So
Yeah.
But what do you mean by what was the second word?
sensitive or
Sensitive.
Just aware.
Aware, yeah.
Like, do you think we're just so woke, or do you think that we're just
You know, funny enough, I'd actually
super sensitive?
we're sensitive about a lot of things. We can be very nitpicky, but weirdly enough, I think we've been desensitized to a lot of things. I think we're actually overly desensitized to things like that. The Charlie Kirk thing, watching a man die publicly like that, and then people are just
Chanting, "He got shot in the neck, he got shot
laughing
in the
about
neck."
it.
It's like, oh my God, you guys are sick.
That's a good point, yeah.
Like our generation has been desensitized to a lot of
You're right.
pretty
Awful.
And
awful
lost all
things.
boundaries. All boundaries. Nobody has any boundaries.
No,
You
yeah.
talk about everything. You're in everybody's business. You're in everybody's space.
No privacy.
You're throwing threats out like it's nothing to threaten somebody's life.
no respect, no
No
humility.
respect. No grace.
That's a very interesting take. You like the whole, I didn't see it that way, but you're right. It's
It's the opposite.
being desensitized to things. I mean, I could see it because again, everything's a joke. Everything's just something we can just like accept and move on as if nothing big happened. But that's life, and that was done in a
Yeah, but you could even take it a step further and say the other things that we're desensitized to, like I hate talking about things like, but just sexual immorality. It's gotten worse. We're just so desensitized to the things that should not be normal.
And what's around children?
Yeah.
I think children are now included in every single movement. And it's like, when did we start robbing kids of their childhood?
Of their
You were
innocence.
a child for such a small amount of time, and you have, God willing, so much adult time. Let them be kids. They don't care how you feel or what you wake up as or who you're intimate with in your private life. That is not a child's business, and it doesn't need to be taught to them for them to accept by 5 years old. It's disgusting, and it's invasive. And if you don't support that, now you're one of the phobics.
And then their innocence is robbed, and then that's a whole other topic of how they get raised or what they learn from there, the trauma that induces, the way they have to grow up faster, the things they learned about just intimacy in general.
Yeah. The only thing that fuels rage for me is when kids are involved.
Yeah.
The only time. Any community that is not considering the kids irritates me.
Yeah.
I will tell you this. There's a clip I had just seen recently of this is that next generation I was telling you about. Just the fear, the worry for these kids, man. a group of 7, like 11 to 13-year-olds just walked up to an OnlyFans girl that they had seen in public and openly admitting to masturbating to her, just talking to her and talking about their slang, like the slang that they have now, and how this kid in the friend group probably masturbates to her the most, and they're just having an open conversation in public with this girl.
Wow.
And that's the thing, like these OnlyFans models, most of their contributors are either old men or young kids.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What does healthy accountability look like today?
I mean, it's more like what should it look like?
Yes,
you
maybe
know?
so, huh?
What it looks like, I mean, I hate to brag, but it's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Because all accountability is to me is I can choose to not indulge. I can choose to not support. I can choose to not watch.
Yeah.
I can choose that. I can choose to not support financially, because to me that matters. Again, money moves the world. We are not enlightened as a society, so that's going to be the way it is for a very, very long time. Wars, all of that is about money. Everything's about money. So being that that's the case, I can hit you deep in your pockets. And one person can't make a difference, but I choose to do my part. So to me, that's what accountability is.
I agree with you.
Look at that.
Yeah, there's that. No pushback. One for everyone. If you could design a better system for calling out bad behavior to replace cancel culture, what would it look like?
Exactly what Dad does. I think people know that's the right way to go about things if you want to just stop supporting. But people feel like since I have a voice, I can use it. And you're more than welcome to use your voice, but too far is too far. Go as far as stop supporting that business or stop supporting that person, and people can follow suit to that. People know that's the right way to go about things, but they'll just go as far as attacking.
It doesn't make enough noise.
It doesn't. You're right.
It doesn't make enough. Here, look at me.
I need to make a statement online so people can see my comment and like it.
I have a way to fix all that, but it's an autocratic type of decision, and I'm not in the government. But if I were, I would tell you this is what I would do.
I need 12 hours.
I would
clean
I would
house.
implement something, some 2 basic rules. You have to take an IQ test to be on the internet.
Yes.
So number 1.
And have a gun.
No, wait a minute. And have a gun.
The IQ test still.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Okay.
No, so you have to take an IQ test.
And be able to take your kid home
So you
from
have
the
to have an
hospital.
IQ test. And so basically you can still get on the internet, even if you're really stupid. But you can go to certain sites. SesameStreet.com.
PBSkids.org.
PBSkids.org. But the second you try to go to a site,
Oh, I said the science kid.
the second you try to go to a different type of site, or you try to be involved in a conversation, you're tested immediately. Are you qualified to have this conversation? Are you qualified to make this statement? Now, IQ is not everything, right? Because you have some very hateful, very intelligent people.
Also
that
EQ.
So
Are you a good person?
well, if not, so not even so much that. I would just say IQ in a sense, but also not so much the EQ, but I would focus on the fact that do you have enough knowledge about this particular subject?
Right.
I'll see, for example, one person who'll sing a song, and as a musician, I'll pick up certain things that's really great about that. And someone will make a comment about, I don't like how you sound. And then all the musicians on there are saying, they talk about timbre, they talk about the tone of this person, the fact that they hit certain keys, the fact that they have certain progressions in their voice, and things that are very, very, that matter.
Right.
And here comes this idiot. I think you sound like so-and-so, and I don't like that person. And you're not qualified to be in this conversation. You don't need to make a comment.
You don't have the ear for this.
Right.
Right. It's not for you. No one's asking for these people their opinions, but everyone wants to offer it, right? So, yeah, that's how I would handle it, man. IQ test, and do you have a general knowledge of the subject in order for you to make a comment? And every single time you're about to make a comment, you're tested. Someone mentioned that about football one time. You're about to make a comment about Ocho Cinco, this person or that person, or Ray Lewis or whatever, and 5 questions pop up. Multiple choice. What's the blitz? What's the Hail Mary? A bunch of other questions. How many quarters in a game? Because here you are with an opinion, you have no clue. Oh, quarters? I thought it was 2 halves.
I'm going for the red team.
I'm going. Yeah.
I'm
so
vexed.
you're not
don't like
qualified.
blue.
Screw that guy.
Yeah. So you're not qualified to have this conversation. You're not qualified to make a statement. Move on.
Yeah.
That would be so great.
That's definitely,
Man.
that could be possible for sure with AI.
Yeah.
Yes, and you're tested, so you have to sign up. Like you have to sign up to be on the web. So automatically using your IP or using anything when you're making a comment, it tells you you're not qualified. You have not qualified for this. For this conversation.
You're too stupid.
And it could be things that
read a
you.
book
How
and come
often can
back
you
again.
retest? There's too many rules to this.
Well, once you know, you know. So let's say you're like an expert on motorcycles. Anytime there's anything on a motorcycle conversation or racing, you don't have to take the
Free
test.
access.
You can free
Got it.
Exactly. But the second that goes from that to aviation, it's two different things.
Right.
Okay. How has your opinion on cancel culture changed during this discussion?
I think that one's for you mostly.
Yeah, for real. We're looking right at you. What do you think?
Yeah, well, I will admit that it was things that I didn't know because I was approaching it from my view and what I thought cancel culture was, and I didn't know it had grown to be this ugly monster that it is.
Right.
So it's changed in that sense. I agree with you guys that it's out of control and itself needs to be canceled.
Yes. So we all agree.
Yeah.
Cancel culture needs to be canceled.
But what's one thing that they got right?
If you're doing it for the right reason and you're doing it the right way, I think that cancel culture has found a way to spread information about something negative quickly.
True.
So if there's someone that is violent, if there is someone that, hurts women, hurts children, steals, lies, says insane things, whatever it is, the mass knows about it pretty quickly. Now, what the mass does with that information is where I think we
go wrong.
jumped off the rails. Yeah, but I do like the fact that whole system made it to where we had that knowledge quick.
I think that's honestly the only reason that the Diddy case went as far as it did.
All the cases, man, the documentaries, they are popping off.
Yeah, like everybody was just tossing around information. They were like,
Yeah.
look at this, what he said, this, and then it's getting used as evidence. Now they actually have to do something about it. Now they have to
Right.
say something.
It forces hands for sure, but I just think that it should only force the hands that can actually make an impact and not just create an uproar of unsolicited opinions.
Cool. I appreciate you guys for being here one more time. It was really cool having you and, just listening to your opinions on things. And you can tell we talk about all these people and their opinions, but what I appreciate about your approach is the approach itself being, I don't know everything. I need more data. And here's what I think based on the fact that I have just this information, but also not imposing your opinions and thoughts on someone else.
Right.
Just because I think that doesn't mean someone else should.
Be willing to learn, be willing to grow, be willing to change, but also give grace and leave room for conversation.
Dope. That's a good place to end it. So someone has to do the outro.
Julian is.
Is it you, Julian?
Yeah, it is.
Doing the outro. You lost a
Didn't
coin
he get
toss?
tails?
All right, so you're going to do Joe from Family Guy?
Hey, Peter.
There you go. Joe from Family Guy. Let's go. You ready?
I hope so.
Let's go.
Hey, Peter, please support us by following the show. Leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Thank you so much for listening. We'll catch you next week when we share conversations surrounding real issues we deal with every day. Manhood matters. We're out.
I wasn't doing